everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going around my entire zoo to catch and remove the invasive species that are taking over. We're gonna be trapping them, catching them by hand, and even knocking them out of the trees and diving in after them. Today's video is action-packed, and you guys are not gonna believe what we catch. So in order to get started with today's invasive species hunt, we have got to get some bait. We've actually just got a box of 1,000 superworms. We're gonna be opening this up in just a second. We've also got our trap. So this is what we're gonna be setting first to try and trap some amoebas, agamas, and maybe even some brown basilisks. I swallowed backwards. Those are the three main invasive species we have down here, and how we like to catch them is actually with, wait for it, these crazy fish traps. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna throw the superworms in here, and there is 6 different holes all the way around. And the superworms are gonna crawl on this mesh. Now the great thing is they actually can't crawl out unless they come through the holes, which they're just superworms, so it's not gonna happen. So that is going to lure the amoebas, the agamas, the basilisks into the trap. Okay, we have got our box of superworms, so we're just going to cut them open right now. We're gonna open them up right now. Oh my gosh, they're gonna crawl out everywhere. That's actually insane. Oh my goodness, guys, look, all right, let's get them in, let's get them in the box, get them in the box, get them. Oh no, they're on the floor. We gotta get them in the box. Guys, look at this when we open this up. This is insane how many superworms are inside of this box. We just like shake them all out. This is a box of over 1,000 superworms. This is crazy, and this is what we're gonna use to catch our invasive species. All right, this is actually mind-blowing how many of these worms fit in this box. So we're gonna try to shake all of them out, as many as we can. We have some on the loose right now. This is crazy. We gotta get all these guys in the bin. Come on, we definitely don't want these worms in the house. And right now, our box actually might look empty, but when you're dealing with superworms, you've gotta check every single area. Lift this off. We just found a few hundred more. That is insane. Look at that. All right, guys, come on. You gotta get in there too. Okay, so this is definitely not the most ideal time of day to be trapping lizards. It's literally 3 p.m. We're at the peak heat, so a lot of the lizards are actually gonna be hiding in the bushes because of how hot it is. But nonetheless, we're gonna set our traps. We're gonna start over by our shed. That's typically where we start setting our traps. That's where a lot of the lizards live because they actually go and hide underneath the shed during the day when it's nice and hot. So we're actually gonna get this trap set up right here. We got a lot of amoebas in here, we got a lot of basilisks, and we got a lot of agamas. Alrighty guys, we're setting up. And we're getting ready. Oh, that's hot. Well, it actually feels nice in my butt. So we're actually gonna have to get the superworms out of the sun. If we leave them in the sun, they're gonna overheat, and that would not be good. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of these worms right here, guys, take a look. And we're just gonna drop them all inside of this trap. I don't know if the lighting's bad, but we've got a bunch of worms in here. I think we have enough worms to start attracting some lizards. So we're just gonna add a couple more, maybe about another 10 or 15, because we really wanna try and get as many of these lizards as possible. We wanna keep them super interested in our trap. So right now we're actually gonna be moving our trap over to the barn. It seems like it's a little too hot over in this area for any of the lizards, but we just noticed that we have a resident agama here, one that's been living here for months. He actually might be right over here by the golf cart. He's actually right there. I don't know if you guys can see him, but he's sticking his head out right there at one of our tortoise boxes. So we don't want to get too close. We're actually going to come around the side here. We're going to set the trap right here on the inside of the barn and try and lure this guy to come inside of the trap. But we got to be really quiet because we don't want to spook him, because what's going to happen is he's going to run that way. So what we want to do is we just want to come here. Oh, no, there he is, he's gone. Okay, all right, buddy, don't worry. All right, we're just gonna put this right here. Look at it, he's looking at us right now. He's keeping an eye on us. We're gonna set our camera right here, and hopefully he'll come. Okay, so we just grabbed some superworms, and our agama friend is coming over. Oh my gosh, this is great. Oh my gosh, I just threw a superworm, and he just came over. Look at that, this guy's watching us. Look, we're training the lizards here. No way. So we're gonna try to get him as close as possible. See if he'll come. Look at that, when you start feeding him, these guys actually become naturally tame. Come here, buddy. Come. Guys, this is a great sign. This is great. We're starting to tame the agamas here. And there's an amoeba actually in the background right over there. But this is exactly what we want. We want to get this guy comfortable with eating. We want to get him to come as close as possible and get him to go inside of the trap. We did it, guys! We have caught an Agama in the trap. It looks like we got a female. Guys, we did it. We caught one. Look at that. Definitely a big, gravid female Agama. How do we know that? Look how fat and plump her belly is. This girl is definitely full of eggs. We caught this invasive Agama in just about 3 minutes, and that shows you with the right tools just how easy it is to catch these guys. So I put the trap down right here, went to get some water, came back, and we have trapped an invasive brown basilisk. Tatum, what is it? Theo sees the brown basilisk that's in here. We actually got a young juvenile brown basilisk. I think he ate like every single superworm that was in here. So we're just gonna reach our hand in and we are gonna grab him. Just like this. This looks like a young male brown basilisk. Look at this. This guy's mouth, just like the other guy, is full of these superworms. And lucky for us, we have a friend that collects all of these invasive species. So we're gonna be taking all the basilisks, amoebas, and agamas that we catch to him. Oh my gosh. This guy ate every single superworm inside of the trap. Tatum, what is this thing? Oh my God, Theo, oh my God. Theo, what do you think of the lizard? Oh my gosh, the monkeys are trying to attack the lizard. Look, Theo's using her tail to try and grab this lizard. Alf, what is this thing? Alf, what is the lizard? Look, we like him. This is a friend. This is a friend. All right, so it is extremely hot out right now. We have not seen any amoebas. Normally when it's this hot, the amoebas kind of stay away. So we're gonna go to where the amoebas hang out, which has been kind of right here at this cherry hedge. And we're gonna put our trap with our worms here in the bushes. Now, honestly, we should have got some crickets because the crickets actually jump a lot more. So the movement of the crickets will actually lure the lizards a little bit better than the worms. However, the worms are a little more hardy than the crickets. The crickets actually die really easily. So we're gonna leave this trap here. We're gonna come back in about 30 minutes and hopefully we will catch an amoeba. We've gotten a couple of our invasive species for the day. We've gotten 2 of our species. And in the meantime, we're gonna go search for some frogs. Alrighty folks, we have just spent the past hour going around and checking all kinds of places for Cuban tree frogs. We were also looking for cane toads. We did not find any. Tonight, we're gonna be searching for green iguanas and we're probably gonna find some cane toads, but I know exactly where the Cuban tree frogs hide and you guys are not gonna believe how many of these guys we collected. Now be prepared. We have got a ton of these tree frogs. Look at this. This is absolutely insane, all the tree frogs that we caught here at the zoo. Now, these are Cuban tree frogs that are not native here, and they literally are breeding by the thousands. They're competing with our native green tree frogs, and these guys definitely should not be here. So, just like all the other invasive species, we do have a friend that collects these Cuban tree frogs. We've got them in all sizes. We've got this little guy. We've got some medium-sized ones, and oh my gosh. Oh my, yep, I got one. We got one right here. Okay, we gotta collect them in the bucket. Alrighty folks, and just like that, we have caught all of our Cuban tree frogs. We're gonna keep it closed because we don't want these guys to escape. So it's been nearly 2 hours since we set our trap. I just looked around the corner and we did not catch any invasive animals, but we actually caught one of our native mammals, a native marsupial. We have got a baby possum. Look at this little guy right here. He must have seen the superworms. He must have just been sleeping right here in the bushes. And he decided to come into the trap. So we're gonna have to get this little guy out of the trap right now because this is a native animal and we definitely do not want him inside of this trap. All right, we have got our little possum from inside of the trap. Look at this little guy. Honestly, he smells disgusting. I think he definitely took a turd. It's all over his feet, but look at this little guy. This is one of our many native species that we have here. Now this guy's mouth is open and this is because he's scared. He does not want to bite us. He does not want to attack us, but this is the only marsupial native to North America. So we're gonna see if this is a male or a female. This looks like it could be a female and she could have a little pouch on her. Actually, this is a little boy. How do we know it's a boy? Look at that. That is a little boy possum. And we're just gonna take this guy down right here and we're just gonna let him go. Come on, buddy. And what he's doing right now is he's actually playing dead. That's what these possums will do when they're scared. So he's gonna play dead. So he thinks we're not alive, but buddy, I know you're alive. So here, buddy, come on, look, just go that way. Come on, go that way. All right, buddy, come on, go on your way. There you go, buddy, bye. And now we have got to wait till the sun goes down because we are gonna be going around all of the zoo and we're gonna be shining our trees tonight. We've got a giant 25-foot pole and we're gonna be knocking and catching iguanas from out of the trees. Alrighty, folks, it's finally nighttime and we have found our first iguana of the night and she's actually way up here in the tree. Wait, let's get our light on. There she, wait, oh crap, it's not working. She's way up there. It might be a little bit hard to see her because she's kind of tucked away in the bamboo. And we've got our 24-foot long painter's pole. This is how we're going to be getting these iguanas out tonight. The goal is we're going to actually kind of tickle her out and try and flick her towards us. We're going to catch her like a football. So let's get started. Let's turn our light on. We might actually have to make the pole a little shorter because look at this thing in the air. This thing is crazy to control. But this is one of the best ways that we can get these invasive iguanas out of our trees. Oh, oh no! He's getting away. So it looks like we've actually lost our first iguana in the tree. We actually lost sight of her. She disappeared in the bamboo. She's going to live to see another day. But we have actually just located another one, which appears to be a gravid female way up in the trees. We've also got a ton of these Cuban tree frogs. Let's try and actually get these guys out of the tree right now. Look at them. Did you guys see that? We just flicked the Cuban tree frog from about 20 feet up in a tree. Look at this little guy. Absolutely adorable. But again, this is an invasive species right here in South Florida. Look at this. Oh! And even though they're invasive, these guys are still super cool. I can't believe it. We just found the iguana. He's actually right here in the tree. So we're actually just going to try and flick him forward. Just like this. Ah! Oh, we got him! Look at that. We got this little young male green iguana from out of the trees. I knew we were going to get this guy. I thought, whoa! He almost tried to bite me, which is actually unlike these guys at nighttime. Look at that. Absolutely insane. Invasive species number 1 removed from the zoo. Right now we're at iguana number 2. I'm just gonna flick her. Oh, she's right here. Ah! Oh no! Oh man, I hit my head so hard on the tree. Oh man, that didn't feel good. But at least we got our iguana. That's all that matters. I think I have a mild concussion. Guys, we are live at the pool. And we're ready to catch some iguanas, but we don't want to break anything with our pole. Look at this pole. This is massive. This is absolutely insane how long this pole is. But we're going to need it to get our iguana. So we have located a monster male that's, I would say, pushing about 4.5, 5 feet. He's huge, he's orange, and we're going to get him last. But we've located another one up in this palm tree, and we're going to try to get this one first. So I think I see her here. Now, this is going to be kind of tricky. I think this thing is going to fly out of the tree. I think it's going to hit the ground. She might try and tuck further back into this palm. This is going to be a tricky one, guys. We're going to do everything in our power to get this thing, but first we got to adjust our stick because it just kind of messed up, and we need all 24 feet to get this iguana. Oh my god, I think this one is bigger than I thought it was. I think this is another giant. All right, not a giant, but a decent sized one. Look at that iguana. Basically, the best spot to get him right now is under the belly, and then we're just going to flick him out. Look at that. Woo! Just caught it in the hand. Absolutely insane. Look at that. So sick. Another iguana removed. Ah, it's a strong one. It's a strong one. It's another beautiful iguana removed from my farm. Look at this. Absolutely insane that we have these prehistoric dinosaurs here in South Florida. But if you look at this picture right here, this is a picture of my grandfather catching a green iguana back in 1972. So these guys have been here in Florida for a very long time. So right now, as we were checking out this iguana, we noticed that he actually has a regenerated tail. At some point in his life, probably when he was a hatchling, he actually broke part of his tail off right here, and this is a regenerated tail. So that's one thing about these iguanas, is they'll actually regenerate their limbs, their tails. It's actually insane, and when I mean their limbs, I really just mean their tails. They definitely can't regenerate their feet, but these guys are extremely resilient. We see these guys all the time with missing legs and feet. Sometimes they're even missing their front 2 legs. And they're still able to thrive because these prehistoric beasts are basically indestructible. See what I see over there? We got another cane toad there, baby. Another cane toad! There we go. Look at that. Another toxic toad, baby.
Had a firefly land on me.
Oh my god. He just peed on me. So right up here, there's a day gecko in the tree. However, we're not going to remove this invasive species because they don't really cause any harm, and we actually like seeing these guys around. So we've located the biggest iguana that we can find tonight, and that is right here. We've got a giant male red iguana. We're going to have to go about this a very special way, and we are going to do what we can to get this iguana out of the tree. Actually, I lied. This is going to be a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. This is going to be cake, actually. We're just going to get on this side, and again, what we're going to do is we're just going to want to flip this iguana right here. Ah! Big giant male iguana in the pool. Woohoo! Look at that! that? Absolutely insane. The biggest one of the night. The one with the most attitude. Look at that big old dewlap. That was crazy. Oh my gosh, my phone is in my pocket. That's not good. Oh no, that's not good. But we got our iguana, baby. Since FWC's initial iguana ban back in 2021, we have seen an explosion in iguana populations all over South Florida. And from what we know, they have just changed the rules. So now people can actually apply for removal permits, and we can once again start selling these invasive species out of state so we can start removing them again. At one point, there was hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of these iguanas being removed out of the state every single year. But for the past 3 years, that has not been happening at all. So we're so happy that FWC is finally allowing us to remove these invasive iguanas and sell them out of the state, but that is not happening yet. I think the rule's taking effect in about 48 days. So in 48 days, we're going to definitely be applying for this permit so we can help remove these invasive species. So if you guys have noticed, this guy's actually a different color than the other ones we've caught. All the other ones we've caught have been green with turquoise blue, and this is actually a red-green iguana. And if you look at this dewlap right here, you can see it's bright orange. He's got these crazy spines, but these spines are actually soft and malleable, just like these spines right here. They're actually not sharp at all. The only thing you have to worry about these guys is their teeth. If this guy were to bite onto you, he'd probably send you to the hospital. You'd probably need some stitches. And his tail, right? They're gonna use his tail as a whip. This guy also has a regenerated tail, but this is a newly started regenerated tail. You can see it's actually only about 4 inches long, and it's actually pretty soft. So this tail would actually continue to grow long, just like the other one we caught. We had an incredible invasive species hunt, and to end it tonight with 4 amazing green iguanas, well, it could not have gone any better. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want to see more invasive species removal, and if you guys want to see the rest of my crazy animal family, well, all you have to do is go right now and subscribe below.